No, I can't. Katrina, help me out here. Be more specific. What's happening?
We're seeing it all around us, like ghosts of ourselves, drifting through the room, then fading as they move further away. It's like being in a living nightmare, Kat. And the world, people are freaking out globally. I think they are all seeing these ghosts too.
Katrina, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Sorry to put you and my friends through this. And I'll fix it. Believe me, I'll stop it. Set things right.
I know you'll try, Kat. Not sure now if you can succeed, but thank you in advance for doing what you can. We will stay here together and hope.
Yes, Katrina, don't give up. And thank you for being there for us when we needed you.
Of course, but perhaps I will see you soon.
You will. Count on it.
Kat? Oh my God, what are we going to do? Give me a moment, Ketcha. I need to think. Are you alright? Kat, you're bleeding. Just noticed? Yes, a little too close for comfort, but only a graze. I think I'll live. And no, I'm not alright. Things are kind of unraveling on me, Ketcha, and I need a moment to process. Another timeline. You were contacted. There's that, and believe me, it needs some serious intervention. Only, as you probably understand by now, once a line's evolved, established itself, there's no going back. If something terrible happens, reverting to a previous moment does not fix the problem. It might allow you to create a split, a new branch that leads to better outcomes and avoids the challenges, maybe the disasters, but that does not mean the original line is fixed. A new line is born, and if you work hard to guide it, you can help that line thrive. But the guilt gets you. Now that I understand how this works, abandoning a broken line to its fate comes at such a price. I can't begin to fully understand what you're describing, what you're going through, but I also know you can't just shoulder all of that remorse, that regret. Kit, you don't know in advance how any of your decisions, your actions will turn out. Nobody does. Remember that. The difference here is, in your case, you see the result of your actions or your inaction, and you know you can do something to help in cases where things go wrong. Most of us, we just face the reality we're in and find a way to struggle through. You can't fix everything, Kat. You do your best. That's all anyone can ask. Now, in this moment, let me shoulder some of your burden. Whatever happened here at NI, we're too late to try and fix it. No, don't even think about jumping back in time to warn Victor. He and his team are not here. Take a look. Either they got out before the place was attacked, or they've been taken. So the decision is easy. You need medical care. We need a place for Natasha and Hélène. This can treat you. Alex can get you up to speed on data Natasha has. Work out how to make best use of it. We go back to Tess and Alex's place, and we lock everything down. Work out a plan from there. Ketcha, I'm so grateful. You don't know how much I needed to hear something like that. Doesn't solve things, but it certainly helps. Yes, we go to Tess and Alex's. I'll drop you off there and God help me. Then I go back and split a timeline. After you've been patched up, Kat, once you've let Tess take a look at you. You were very kind, Ketcha. But no, not this time. I will get help, but I don't think disrupting your line any further is a good idea. So thank you. And you can say hello to your friends from me. Get Natasha and Hélène settled. Come up with a strategy. But I need to go and see my own friends now. Because I miss them terribly. And they desperately need my help. All right, Kat, I understand. And let me say thank you for helping us, all of us. We will take it from here. I know it won't be that simple. But with any luck, the worst is over for you. Now, here's the bathroom. You think if I just drop you all here, you can handle the freak factor? I have it, my sister self. You go and find your friends. Thank you. And don't hesitate to call if things don't quite work out. I'll keep it in mind. Who would have guessed how much I needed that little pep talk? But it made me miss Tess so much. Her support, her words of wisdom. I've just got to go back and help them, even if it means abandoning them at the same time. So I travel back to the moment I dropped Natalie off in Katrina's line, had my little chat with Katrina, Yes, here we are, the familiar bathroom moment, just before I step back into the light. So, step out into the living room, skip past my departure so I don't meet myself again. And then, before Katrina has time to leave the bathroom...
Kat? What are you doing back here? It's a long and painful story, my sister self. But believe me, I wouldn't be back so soon if it wasn't I made that call, didn't I? The one you just told me you hoped never to get. And not a false alarm. No, not a false alarm. But you also know the implications of me coming back here to this moment. Yes, I think I do. At least as far as I understand them. You can't leave your friends here after all, can you? It would seem that the dangerous recipe we talked about is more explosive than either of us realized. I'm sorry, Katrina. And I'm going to have to say that a few more times to everyone in the next room. But that will only ease a tiny fraction of all the remorse I feel. I suppose you can't tell me one thing I'm pretty sure of. I've likely already said too much. The important thing is I'm here. And I'll get my gang out of your line before bad things start happening. Don't take this all on your own shoulders, Kat. We all knew there were risks. It's always a judgment call, and you didn't make the decision alone. We will make this right.
As right as we can, I know. That's still a long way from fixing things. But it's the best I can hope for. So let's go through and break the news.
By all means.
Kat? What happened to that shoulder?
You have no idea how glad I am to see you, Tess.
And there's a story here we don't know about. That doesn't just have to do with stepping into the bathroom for a few minutes. Alex, can you get this woman a chair? Natalie, will you? I'm on it. A hot cup of tea coming up.
I took the liberty of bringing the first aid kit from the bathroom, Tess, knowing you'd be much better able to use it than I can.
Thank you, Katrina. Now, my adventurous friend, sit still while I take a look at this. Well, good news is no bullet. Bad news, you've lost more blood than I'd like. And even if I patch you up, it's going to mean you need rest. And a lot of it to properly recover. Do you hear me, Kat? Rest. Recuperation. These words mean anything to you?
Oh, I have missed you so much, Tess.
Let me tighten the bandage a little more before you say that. And you didn't answer the question, did you?
Tess, let it go. We can all see well enough that she's exhausted. Let's just find her a quiet corner to lie down.
That's just the point, Alex. I know her too well. Just as you do. She doesn't take things lying down, ever. Literally. And I have the distinct feeling bed and rest are not in her immediate plans, despite my professional and sincere warnings. We can't stay here, everyone. I thought it would be safe, but there's always another peril hiding around the corner. One you can't really appreciate until it's staring you in the face. So, we need to all go back where we belong.
We can go home?
Not exactly, but I can take you to see Rob, at least for a while. Kat, are you sure this is wise? I mean, apart from your physical state, taking us all back to our own home base, isn't that exactly what you were trying to avoid from the start? And make no mistake, your physical state is no small factor here. As your friend, as your physician, as one of those you're responsible for, I'm warning you. What you do is very demanding. Even when you're fresh, well-rested and healthy, it takes a toll. I've watched you these past weeks and months. Please, Kat, for me, for all of us, stop and rest. Tess, my truest friend, you are always right, and I know it's a risk to keep going, but it's a risk we have to take. The alternative is, well, it's not going to happen because I won't let it. Instead, we go to pick up Rob. Then we get back off the radar completely, and then maybe I can have that rest after I've done all I can do. For what it's worth, Kat, I'm with you, and any support I can offer, you take it. If you need a shoulder to lean on, I'm here, as I suspect are a few others in this room. Natalie, thank you. Not for the first time. Now, before I lose my nerve, can I ask all of you, you too, Diane, to join up? We need to forge ahead with this, or it might be too late. And Katrina, thank you, my sister self, for helping me see.
Always here, Katie. Good luck.
Yes, that we are going to need. I'll see you soon.
Count on it.
so glad to have my friend safely in tow, and to have Tess show me she's still there for me, after all I've put her through. Let's take everyone back to our own line, or at least the version of our line that we'll create by returning to it. Still difficult sometimes to recognize how many new threads I create with each action, and no, I can't think about it. Already too hard to live with what I've done. Wait, something's not quite... Kat, get a grip. You're going to your own timeline after all. It should be the easiest to find, but the threads are so indistinct. I can't seem to stay focused long enough or something. No, it's not going to happen. Oh, I've got this, everyone. There, I can feel it, just ahead. Oh, take you all somewhere safe. Somewhere completely isolated, familiar. Memories from a different line. Made it.
It's going to be fine, Diane. We'll do some scouting, and I'm sure we'll find all we need. It's a resort, not a desert island. But I feel like some security patrol is going to descend on us at any moment. Shouldn't we just leave this little, what do you even call it, a beach house? And strike off further down the coast, so we're not trespassing. The last thing we need right now is the authorities cracking down and arresting us. Natalie, take Diane down to the water and let me work. She's too distressed. It's all right, Tess. I'm just glad to hear all your voices. I wasn't sure if I'd really got us here, or what would happen if I didn't drop us out of the light before passing out. It was a near thing, you know. Once again, you were right. And I won't even ask which of my many actions and assertions you're commending or acknowledging, because I'm just happy to hear that voice. But Kat, you're still in desperate need of rest. I've given you a sedative. You're going to sleep this off for a few hours, rebuild your strength a bit before you try tackling the next big hurdle. And believe me, this is not a choice here. Doctor's orders. Plus, that sedative would knock out a horse. So, just settle back and dream of peaceful oceanside resorts. Let us take care of things for a while. Then we'll talk. But Tess, there are so many people relying on me. Shh, it's all right, my friend. You've done all you can. Let it go. We'll be here when you wake up. Good night. Where am I? Listen. Hear the surf? Tess? Oh, thank God. I wasn't sure. Why am I lying here? Wounded? Exhausted? Remember any of that? Oh. I almost lost it in the light. Couldn't even find my way back to our room. Tess, how long have I? About 8 hours. Still not enough, but at least no. 8 hours. Tess, Catherine's line is... It moves much faster than ours. By now she may be stopped, Kat. Just stop. You did what you could, right? I know you did. So take it easy. Stay calm and call her. You can do that. Remember, I'm the doctor here. More or less. Alright, I will. But Tess, you have no idea. I know that if I hadn't forced you to have some rest, fed you a little supply of emergency nutrients, you might not be with us. Then where would we all be? That bad? Exactly. If you hadn't lost all that blood, maybe it would have given you a few more hours before you collapsed. But trust me, if I saw anyone else in your condition walk into emergency, they'd be admitted in a second. Probably put on IV. So, take my hand. Calm yourself. Make the call. Oh, I've missed you, Tess. So much. Your choice, remember? Don't let it happen again. Now, are you going to contact Catherine? Or... Yes, I need to know what I have wrought. Give me a second. Catherine? Catherine, are you there?
Katie? Is that you?
Oh, thank God. I thought... Catherine, what day is it for you?
You're wondering if Ingenious made good on their plans, aren't you? Well, short answer, we nailed them, Katie. Once we convinced Vic to listen, showed him what we had, he put every resource in and I had to work. With help from Nadia Chambers, their star reporter, they shut Ingenious down overnight. Sensation.
So, they weren't able to follow through on any of those plans to disrupt the governing structure?
There were a few places where the authorities could not get to them in time. But for the most part, yes, we stopped all that from happening.
You have no idea how relieved I am to hear that, Catherine. And everyone else? Alistair? Stacy?
All good, thanks to you. We accomplished something huge here, Katie. The confidence in NNI has gone through the roof. And they've offered Alistair a job to work with Nadia as technical advisor. He's over the moon. But both he and Stacy miss you. Any chance of you dropping in?
I'm afraid I'm a little under the weather, so to speak. Had my hands full for too long and, well, I'm in good hands. And hearing this news from you is already boosting my spirits tremendously.
Is that why you didn't return my calls? You were injured or sick?
I guess it's been a long time for you. Yes, in a way. I took a bullet in the shoulder, but mostly because I was just exhausted and couldn't focus on what I was doing enough to manage the situation properly. So I went to the best medical team I know, and I've been patched up. Slept for a while. Doing much better.
Then I'm glad you took the time you needed. Taking care of yourself should always be first priority. I seem to remember hearing that before, and I don't think you'll have any trouble figuring out who said it.
Stacy shares too much of her character with my best friend Tess, Catherine. And Tess has told me that so many times I think for a while I just tuned it out. But not anymore. I promise I'll come and visit as soon as I get fully back to operational status. And I'll try to ensure I'm online for a call if you need me. Good enough?
So good to hear you're alright, Katie. We'll see you when you can manage it. Look forward to your visit. Now take care of yourself. We're all heading out to celebrate. Friday night on the town. Thinking of you.
Well, by the look on your face, I'd say it's good news. The best, Tess. Our efforts paid off. We created a timeline split, which allowed for at least one version of my sister self to survive, taking down a major threat to the world in the process. Better a second cable car with a chance, rather than just the one that's doomed, right? Can't let that go, can you? Listen, I really want to see everyone. Find out what's been going on while I've been sleeping. But you can let me contact the others first, right? I need to be sure of where things stand before I make a plan for what to do next. I'll let everyone know you're stuck here a little longer if that's what you're asking. But to be honest, I think everyone's enjoying themselves. Even Diana's calmed down. I think she and Natalie are walking on the beach as we speak. Just Alex keeping watch in case anyone from the resort staff shows up to ask what the hell we're doing here. So, go and do your thing, girl. But don't overdo it. I'm here watching. Keep that in mind. You don't know how glad I am to have you there, Tess. Thank you for the 1000th time.
Yeah, sure. What are true sisters for? Now, go get this done, so we can skip out on this idyllic fantasy and go kick some XI ass.
You got it, sister. Back soon. Katja, it's Katie. Are you there?
Katie, so good to hear from you. It has been a long time, and I was starting to get concerned.
Long story. Let's just say I was out of it for a while. But I'm back now. How are things with you?
Natalia's little scheme is paying off, Katie. Angenics are under the microscope as we speak, thanks to Victor and Yin and I, but also thanks to Natalia's reputation with so many other major networks across the globe.
Thank goodness. So you think we've done enough to shut down their plans? Prevent any of that chaos from happening?
No guarantees yet, my friend, but it's looking hopeful.
And Tessa, Alexei? Are they recovered from their kidnapping?
I had never seen Tessa so subdued, Katie. It was very worrying, and I'm still a little concerned. She's recovered physically as far as I can tell, but she's not herself. You know that spirit. It's still not back.
Then I'll bring in an expert to help. First chance I get. Tell Natalia and Elena to keep up the good work, and don't hesitate to call if you need me. I'm back online, and I'm here for you.
I know, but make sure you take care of yourself first, or what good are you to others? Am I right?
Yes. Recent reminder.
Never more true. And Katie, thank you again, from all of us.
Glad you could keep things rolling without me, Katja. Talk soon. Kitcha, are you there?
Kit? Thank the gods. I had almost given up hope.
Sorry, my friend. A combination of exhaustion and that wound, and I was out for the count. But the good news is, I'm back now, feeling much better.
Your friends? Our sister self?
I did what I had to. For now, in this line, we're good.
Also here,
locked down tight. Alex has done an amazing job of digging into what happened at NI, and we've been able to contact Victor. He tells us he's pretty sure XI were behind the destruction of their studio, but their alarm system did its job, and they got out before the place was hit. And all the data they have was backed up. But Kat, you would have been so moved to hear his reaction when Natasha came on the line. He was absolutely speechless for a few moments. Then when he finally spoke, his voice was trembling with emotion. I believe he is behind us all the way now. And between Alex, Natasha and Elaine, feeding their data to NI centers across the globe, using Victor's priority contact, I think we're almost set to take XI down.
Great news. Keep at it. And say hello to everyone. I have to get moving on things at this end, but call if you need me. Back online and in a better place.
As it should be. We will call. And don't forget to drop by. I know everyone will be glad to see you.
Katrina?
I have been waiting for this call, and wondering why it took so long.
Does that mean you miss me?
Well, worried about you first, missing you second.
Sorry for all that happened, Katrina. And for the implications. But tell me, how are things at your end?
Apart from rumors of my neighbors complaining we had too many visitors in my apartment?
Really?
No, of course not. No, everyone is well. I checked. With one exception. I have been trying to contact Nelina, and she has not responded. It's not like her.
Trust me, she's on a special investigation, and probably in deep. I promise I'll come back and track her down. A few things to arrange here, and then I'll be on my way. Alright?
Why do I think I'm only hearing part of the story?
Because you can read my mind better than anyone, my sister self. But I promise, like I said, to be there very soon, and track down Nelina with your help.
Good enough. And maybe then you'll share more?
Maybe. In the meantime, be careful.
Always.
Are you back, Kat? Back. All stable, thank God. For now. Good. Because we have a situation. Situation? Patrol will be on us in about 30 seconds. You, me, Alex. We have to leave. Do you think, Alex? Get in here.